My advice would be, judging from the feedback from this room, my advice would be one of the strongest points of the alliance is advocacy. So to be able to fund that, to be able to define that jointly and fit into everyone's strategy so that we don't go back into our countries and are struggling to fit these things into our different strategies. It is important that right from the global level, with participation of all the actors, there is consensus on what advocacy we want to do as joining forces, but also have commitment of the agencies to fund this advocacy initiative.
We know, like in the case of joining forces, these are 6 big organizations. There's every chance that everyone will stick to their policies, to their internal processes and systems. But then it will require that it doesn't mean that they have to forgo their policies and their processes. Definitely that needs to continue. But then working it in such a way that there is a common shared, like a shared vision or common purpose when they're working on a shared vision. It contributes to like at least from us, because then you're moving towards the same direction. There are no distractions on the way, because I think in any movement, when there is internal competition, it derails processes more than if there was external resistance. So that would be.
Je pense qu'il faut continuer vraiment à montrer comment est-ce qu'on a pu ensemble faire de l'impact en harmonisant nos approches. Parce que ça nous donne une perspective claire de la possibilité et des impacts qu'on peut faire en essayant d'identifier ce qui marche le mieux. Je pense que ça, c'est un point très important que au niveau global, il faudrait qu'on se penche et que engager vraiment le leadership au niveau international sur ces points-là de l'harmonisation, sur les défis en commun qu'on peut adresser, bien sûr.
The critical thing to do is, again, documenting, putting together evidence, packaging, and knowing who do I share with the best evidence. Because it's a way, again, of influencing both. So, for instance, it means technical approaches or the models that we are documenting that are working in certain components of our programs. They're sharing that evidence to influence their decisions.
La co-création est un mot-clé quand on veut collaborer pour plus d'impact. Je pense tout ce projet-là nous a montré l'importance de cette co-création, que ce soit dans la définition des outils, que ce soit dans la définition des stratégies de communication, en interne ou en externe, que ce soit dans la définition des actions impactantes et surtout dans la capture des bonnes leçons. Donc, c'est le maître mot que nous voulons continuer à donner au niveau global. Co-créer pour plus d'impact, co-créer pour réduire vraiment les niveaux de violence des enfants dans tous les pays où nous intervenons, et co-créer pour mobiliser davantage de ressources humaines et financières pour continuer à servir les communautés que nous aimons tant.
Also, the Alliance has its own value proposition. Yes, it's been reviewed after the first 2 years, the first value proposition. And one interesting change I noted in that value proposition was instead of talking about innovation, they're now talking about best practices.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we also applied within the JOFA project. We haven't been talking about developing something completely new. You know, the standards, we've used the best standards from across the agency. The evidence-based approaches that we've taken to scale have been approaches that come from within the 6 agencies. When we talk about shared learning is about what we're doing. So those 3 major collaboration mechanisms are about taking existing knowledge, capacities, models, ways of working, and going deeper. And for me, that's what we need to continue to do within the joining forces. The collaborative advantage framework was already described as being a useful tool for joining forces, the 6 collaboration mechanisms that were defined as most appropriate for joining forces, but it was left on a shelf.
Yeah.
What we've done over the past week is taking it off the shelf and going deeper, understanding how it works. And what we need to do as we move forward is to continue to go deeper, to develop that, to make it real, to make it happen, so that other joining forces country platforms can understand this framework and apply it. And the same goes for the different mechanisms within the framework. For the evidence-based approaches that we want to take to scale, we need to go deeper and see how we can scale those across other country platforms.
Yeah.
For the standards we've developed for JOFA, we need to go deeper. We need to take those to other projects and share how we've applied those standards, how they can be applied in other content. For the learning agenda that we've developed, we can share that, we can go deeper, we can apply a learning agenda for the broader Joining Forces Alliance. We can support other Joining Forces countries platforms to go deeper in terms of their shared learning agenda. So I think that would be my main message is use the existing capacity, knowledge, tools, processes that we have, go deeper. We could have taken these evidence-based approaches to scale much quicker and much more efficiently if we just had them decided at the start of the project.
Yeah.
But it's the process that we went through to identify those evidence-based approaches that we wanted to scale that was important in and of itself.
Yeah.
And the other conversation we had was, okay, yes, the process is important, but can we do it a little bit faster next time? Yes, because maybe we took too long to do it in JOFA. But again, it's part of the journey, it's part of the process, and there's learnings from that journey as well. And so maybe looking forward, the critical question to ask is, how do we learn from our processes, not repeat mistakes, but also to make sure that we continue that journey, and we allow time for processes to occur without bypassing them entirely, because the lessons we learned in JOFA won't necessarily apply to every project.
Yeah.
So there's still need for those processes to develop, to understand what collaboration mechanisms work in this specific project, and this specific initiative, and to define what initiatives we want to scale, to define where our niche is in terms of critical mass. So I think there's still value in those processes.
Definitely.